We're going to walk you through the J&L oil separator install for your PowerBoost F-150. Included in the J&L kit is a fully assembled oil separator, hoses and quick connects, mounting bracket and mounting screws. The tools you'll need for installation is a ratchet, extension, and 10mm socket, along with a Phillips head screwdriver. Let's get started. Our first step, we need to remove our engine cover. There's two 10mm nuts, one in each one of these holes. You know, and back all those all the way off. You don't even have to try to grab them. They'll stay in these cups, and they're much easier to retrieve with the engine cover off of the truck. So, gonna make sure those are all the way out. And then you're just gonna pull up on your cover and pull away from the engine. Next, we're going to locate our PCV line. This is going from our passenger side valve cover. The brown is the PCV valve to the intake. It is easiest to remove this from the PCV valve first. There's a blue tab on the back side. You push away from the fitting and pull up, and then you're going to rotate your hose and grab your other tab and pull away. And these are those tabs. You can see all the oil in it already. This truck's only got 25 miles on it. But there's your tab, so you pull that tab away and pull it off of the fitting. We're going to prep our oil separator for installation now. I'm going to take our mounting bracket. You're going to see the logo on the can, the logo on the bracket. We're going to align those. Use the supplied screws. Now you'll notice these hoses are sweeping the direction away from the bracket where our mounting hole is. This is the way that we want them to run in the truck. So if your hoses are facing the other way out of the box, you know, things happen in shipping. These are all packaged by hand. You see that the hoses actually will rotate on the fittings. So we want to use the natural bend of this hose. And then of course these fittings in the end move too. They might be tough to break free initially, but they will rotate 360 degrees. Alright, so that's ready to be installed on the truck. So our mounting location is this stud here. We'll have to remove this 10mm nut first. Careful not to drop it. Set that up there for now. And we're going to grab our oil separator. I'm going to start by feeding the hoses behind this ground strap that's running to the firewall. Mount this bracket right onto that stud. And you can use your ratchet to go ahead and tighten that nut down. You just want to square up your oil separator so it sits even. So, all right, now we need to route our hoses to our connections. So these are both just going to sweep behind the engine. The connection, both connections need to go underneath these heater hoses. So just tuck those under there. And then the connection with the 90 degree is going to plug into the PCV valve on the valve cover. That just snaps right on. And then the connection to the intake manifold is this 45. And again, these fittings move. So right now mine is pointing forward. I want it to point that way. So I'm going to take this in this hose and rotate it. Rotate it a little bit more. And then make that connection. Snap into place. Now in the future, if you want to remove these hoses, I'm going to show you how to disconnect these fittings. These are a little different than your factory ones. The green button, they could be gray too, it depends on the manufacturer. You just press it in. Press it in, pull it off. It actually says push on the button. Do not remove these clips, you will break them. Clip stays in, literally a button release. In our last step, we need to reinstall our engine cover. So make sure you retrieve the two 10mm nuts that are inside of the cover if you didn't take them out before. When reinstalling the cover, this bar is going to install in those two gray C-shaped clips. So you want to align that first. Like so, and then you need to get the cover over the two studs in the front. And then to start these nuts, put the nut into the socket, and I just try to hang on to it with my finger to get it lined up on the stud, and then start it by hand. Do the same with the other one. And you just tighten those up. On this application, there is room for our extension that adds another 3 ounces of capacity to your can. Average collection is about 1 ounce every 1,000 miles. You'll get more out of it in the winter months if you live in a cold climate. But check it at about 1,000 miles and you'll have an idea how frequently you need to check it. Thanks for watching.